Today I'm going to be talking about managing anxiety and depression in a person living with dementia. Anxiety is a feeling of fear or unease. It is a normal feeling for all of us to an extent, but it can become so intense that it gets in the way of everyday life. People experiencing anxiety might feel like they are out of control and experience physical symptoms which can be very distressing, such as palpitations, sweating, headaches and panic attacks. Anxiety can also affect sleep patterns, your appetite, your concentration, and you can have a loss of interest in things that you previously enjoyed. So what is depression? Well, this is when a low mood and feelings of being helpless and hopeless are persistent for long periods of time. It can change how a person feels both physically and emotionally. Like anxiety, it can affect sleep patterns, appetite, and give a loss of interest in activities that the person previously enjoyed. Depression can cause tearfulness, poor concentration, and make a person feel extremely fatigued. It may also bring on general pains, headaches, a loss of libido, a feeling of isolation, and thoughts about self-harm and suicide. It is more usual for a person to experience either anxiety or depression, but it is possible to experience both at the same time. Anxiety and depression can affect anyone at any time. It can either be brought on by physical health concerns or big life changes such as the death or the loss of a partner, but can also happen without there being a clear reason. People experiencing memory problems might become anxious or depressed because they are afraid of what's happening to them and worry about their family and their future. So, how does anxiety and depression affect the person with dementia? Well, a person with dementia experiencing anxiety may pace up and down, they may fidget or become agitated. They might follow a person they live with around the house, seeking reassurance, and they may want to go to a place that they feel safe. Someone who becomes depressed may experience disturbed sleep or sleep considerably more. They might become very withdrawn, stop eating or eat to excess, and they may experience physical pain. The person may seem to retreat into themselves and lose interest in everyone and everything. As some of the behaviour described above can also be associated with dementia, anxiety and depression can sometimes be overlooked. Similarly, the early symptoms of dementia, for instance poor concentration, change in appetite, sleep disturbance, and change in mood and behaviour, can sometimes be misdiagnosed as depression, especially in younger people, for example those of working age. So why is it important to get a diagnosis of anxiety or depression for somebody with dementia? Identifying anxiety and depression means the person with dementia can be treated and supported in the correct way. If left untreated, these conditions can become more severe, resulting in further distress or deterioration in their health. Depression and anxiety in a person with dementia will affect both the individual and their family, their day-to-day functioning, and their outlook and quality of life. Alleviating anxiety and depression will help improve appetite, ensuring good nutrition and improving the person's overall health. It will improve sleep quality so that they feel well rested. It will improve motivation, helping them to take part in activities that they enjoy. It will help them to engage with family members and friends and not be socially isolated. It will make it easier for the family to support the person by improving their willingness to be involved in everyday life. And it will improve their overall quality of life and their family members too. It's not always possible for a person affected by anxiety or depression to recognise these symptoms in themselves. And this can be even more difficult for someone who also has dementia. So it's important for family members and friends to make a note of changes in the person with dementia. So if you suspect a person of dementia is experiencing anxiety and depression, do encourage them to go to their GP, especially if they're mentioning "I feel hopeless" or any thoughts of self-harm or suicide. Medications such as antidepressants might be required to lift their mood and motivation, which might help them to engage in social activities and begin other types of psychological therapies, for example, counselling. Support the person to practice self-help techniques such as gentle exercise, walking outdoors, singing, dancing, art, massage, or music, for example. Try talking therapies, counselling, cognitive behavioural therapy, and other psychological therapies, as these can be helpful, but they may be less suitable as dementia progresses.